no more. Carry them no more. Carry them no more. I said to carry them no more. Carry them no more. Carry them no more. Yes, yes, yes. My soul say yes. My soul say yes, yes, yes. My soul say yes. My soul say yes, Lord. My soul say yes. My soul say yes in the morning, yes in the evening, yes. My soul say yes, yes, yes. My soul say yes, yes, yes. My soul say yes, Lord. My soul say yes. My soul say yes in the morning, yes in the evening, yes. I am delivered. Praise the Lord. I am delivered. Glory to His name. I was lost in sin in the valley of death. I am delivered. Praise the Lord. I am delivered. Praise the Lord. I am delivered. Glory to His name. I was lost in sin in the valley of death. I am delivered. Praise the Lord. He lays hands on me. I am so glad.
AD. Cause if you're ready to fetch, just call me name. Ready to party, call me name. Carnival, yes, it coming back again. We ready to free up, yeah. I hope this feeling lasts forever, forever. Outside we turn it up, lad. I hope this feeling lasts forever, forever. I say it calling, this thing it calling the name, calling the name, the name, the name. I say it calling the name, calling the name, the name. Music, yeah, the music make me feel high, high, high. I feel like I in the sky, high, high. The music, yeah, the music, the energy that it give to me, we just come out to be free. Don't know what this is, love, but Carnival only calling me, feeling like I could fall, but Carnival only calling me. We ready to free up, yeah. I hope this feeling lasts forever, forever. Outside we turn it up, lad. I hope this feeling lasts forever, forever. I say it,
You want trouble, you ask for trouble, you go get some trouble here now, you know.
yeah, yeah.
You go get some trouble here, you know.
Everybody want party. What is this? Girl all nasty. Push to the edge. You only get one chance. Any people them fit. Somebody say rain falling. All the girl them wet. Watch your body go. Bum 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 bum. Technique fling it up and down go. Bum 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 bum. Technique make the man them dumb. Tick like snicker, stripe like tigger. Pull them trigger them dead. Shop my liquor, sweet not better.
Sweet girl,
Roll
sweet
and go
girl.
to your head.
What you hate is what I see. I didn't go lay girl, real but free. I like girls that show technique. Your butt left me weak. What's on of the technique? Hard but the bomb so feel night beer sweet. You rage your late crow off. Bang your butt like you know start to cough. What? Saturday night, no lamp on the flight. Tired of shape, but bossy go rage. Bossy went cold blend. Watch the bumper go bup. Come girl tag just bumper went bup. Come sweet girl tag these just.
Bum 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 bum. Technique fling it up and down go. Bum 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 bum. Technique make the man them dumb. Tick like snicker, stripe like tigger. Pull them trigger them dead. Shop my liquor, sweet not better. Low leg go to your head.
You take it time when you bum bum bum. Come me say bum bum bum. You take it time when me say bum bum bum. Bam bam, girl, roll your bottom.
Bam, bam.
Tight dress on uniform. Tick tock on the thing, girl, perform.
Tick-tock.
Tell your man say you better keep calm.
Calm down now, darling. Don't lose no time, no stalling. I need that bumper jumping. Cause you like them tick like dumpling.
I love it when you're shaking it. Pick up your mother for making it. Vibrate till it breaking it. Hot girl city no faking
Watch your
it.
body go. Bum 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 bum. Technique fling it up and down go. Bum 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 bum. Technique make the man them dumb. Tick like Snicker, stripe like Tigger. Pull them trigger, them dead. Shut my liquor, sweet nigga.
Let me tell you what me like. Love to see them, yeah.
And good morning, good evening. Hey, how you doing, man? This is Lima Dunbar, and we are live on the People's Chat Room right here on iTunes Radio with a rebroadcast on Island Beat Radio tomorrow and this afternoon on Soca Passion TX. The TX stands for, you know what? Texas. So it's a full house and it's a packed show. DJ Code Red, he's now taking on the full mode of producer, so he's producing the show. On the ones and twos, we've got DJ Kevorkian. And guess who we have live in the studio today? Guess who we have live in the studio today? The man himself, Mr. Kevin Amoroso. But before I turn you over to Kevin, which is soon, wait. Oh, let me pull this back a little bit so that way you have access to it. Yes.
That's crazy.
He got your own mic. He said that is crazy.
Listen, I got pause right now. That's crazy. I don't know who's watching us, but I got pause right now.
Oh yeah, you got your. Okay, we live on. Oh, jeez. Hi. Right. Okay. I don't. Do I have to behave myself? I always do.
You.
Yeah. So the pack show today includes of course, our contributor, Mr. Kevin Amoroso. Then we're going to turn over to after Kevin, we're going to have Miss Phyllis Worrell. Then we have Sister Bev because she is going to be on the show on November 26th. Not this show, but there's a prayer breakfast right here in Orlando. And she's going to be on the show. So she's going to, sitting on the show today for about 15 minutes to talk about what she's up to. And of course, the upcoming show on November 26th. And then we're going to take it to our young artist, Mr. Leo Carmichael. Fantastic voice, and we want to hear his story as we play some of his music. So in the meantime, before we turn you over to Mr. Kevin Amoroso, we're going to let DJ Kevorkian play like a little ting. Then Kevin.
Let me tell you what me like. Love to see them, gal them, cock up them foot and go to the waistline like pitch out a book them, no send man, be ready bumper, look gal, you have man. It's part of your nature, so roll it, so get on with no behavior. So roll it, I want you to do me that favor. Roll it, your waistline is not no failure. So roll it, jump that thing.
Say my true name, causing real problem. What they calling me? They say as a fan, influence because I'm not afraid to say when they walking up from there. They calling me bad, influence. They want me to get out the case, but I go stay in the face. All the man them asking me, ease me up, to sing no more song about we. Girl, ease me up, we gonna take therapy. So ease me up, don't bring no more stress for we. Just ease me up.
You gon' get me in trouble. Boy, I want to get you in trouble. Come on. You're wicked when you're whining, girl. I say you're wicked when you're whining, girl. You want that bumper, go get me in trouble. Go get me in trouble. Oh, you gon' get me in trouble. Gon' get me in trouble.
I'm here with my friend and then we partner straight till the end. We have real money to spend. So if you know who's a real brethren from long time, it's me and all my brethren. Them used to real lime, and even when money was low, we was still fine. Cause we used to say that all that we go live big time. So when I step inside, I bet you don't have to ask me.
Want to say good morning to some of our listeners on Facebook. We've got Julian G.I., Wagwan, Trini, Mr. Brian Williams, Michelle Smith, Susan Hunt, all the way in Toronto. We went to school together. Yes, we did. Miss Cassandra Santiago, enough respect. So I think we're going to get ready to turn you over to Mr. Kevin Amoroso.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are doing well. It's crazy being in this environment again. It's weird because I was driving here and I was like, it's crazy that you come back to Orlando and it's like, man, there's so much traffic. The traffic is ridiculous. I hate to say it, but you guys, I don't know how y'all do it.
You've been living in the country for too long.
I think so. I think so. Listen,
As it comes down
listen,
to.
I think so. I think
Fort
so.
Myers is the country.
But listen, there's so much growth everywhere you.
I don't see it as a good thing all the time.
You don't?
Not all the time, especially when you're
Oh
stuck in
my
that traffic. That is not a good thing.
Well, yeah, the traffic is on a whole different level. Traffic, is
It's
crazy.
still not as bad as Miami.
No, I wouldn't even think about Miami. I mean, when you look at Orlando compared to like the growth that's happening in Orlando right now. And before we go on, check this out. In January, we're doing a homeowners workshop. We're going to do a wealth building workshop in January.
Do you have the details for it just yet?
No, not yet, but we're doing one next week, Saturday, in Fort Myers. And that's to really help the folks out there in Fort Myers, the surrounding area, Sarasota, Tampa. Listen, the thing is, the more people that we can help, right, understand like what they can get right now. You and I were talking about the infrastructure bill. Another friend and I were talking about the infrastructure bill that was passed by President Biden a couple months ago.
Okay. As far as that infrastructure bill, because there's certain bills I trip over. So, we just came onto the election cycle.
Yeah.
And there was an amendment on there about the penny tax and all of that. And I honestly, something about building roads and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I tell them no. Because as far as I'm concerned, I remembered that there was the infrastructure bill from Biden. So I'm like, why should I tell you yes when Biden going to give money to do exactly what you want my money for?
Well, listen. The money is coming. The money is here.
I want some of it.
Listen, the money is here. Lima, you know what it is? It gets tied up in the bureaucracy, but you got to tap into it. And I always tell people, if you don't actively tap into it, it's crazy.
Then you miss the boat.
Yeah, because check this out. You ready for this? So I was having a conversation. With somebody the other day, and I called them simple. And it was like, oh, how dare you call me simple? And I said, well, you know what? You look at me like I'm simple. Because the way you deal with me is simple.
Was he black like you and me?
Yeah, listen, but hold on. And I say that to say this. No, because it wasn't an argument. Listen, because it was in love. Because here's the thing, and I keep saying this, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, even driving here. In the development, how many high-rise apartment buildings have you seen go up here in a lot of these neighborhoods?
We can't count.
Crazy, right? I want you to stop for a quick second and think, what is the minimum rent per unit in there if there's over 1,200 units in one complex?
Minimum is about, for one bedroom, is about 12 to 1,500.
Do the maths.
Depending on the location,
and I want you to
minimum.
do the maths. I want you to think about...
It's more than that?
Hold on, Lima. When the last time you went to go check about the apartment?
No.
The apartment right now is about either coming close to about $2,000.
Yeah. So let's say 1,800. Let's say 1,700 conservatively. Yes. Let's say 1,700, and then let's say a developer has bought a piece of land. Not one of us, right? Because we're not even tapping into seeing what land is available for us to even come together and even say how many of us in our community are developers. And how many of us in our community are even, let's say, listen, we stopped at just being the regular handyman. We're good with that. We don't even want to think about what it is to become the contractor and then the builder.
It's like
and
we
then
don't have the capacity to think beyond that.
Well, it hurts because then we look at our Haitian brothers and sisters, our Mexican brothers and sisters who are doing it.
And let me just say this. And from the time you have that thought that you want to do that, and you happen to mention it to somebody that's supposed to be one of your friends, they try to steal your dreams and say some bullshit like, you can't do that.
Well, listen.
Why you want to do that?
Before we even go anywhere, I have to say Happy Veterans Day. You ready for me? Yeah. To all the Caribbean men and women we know who are veterans in our circle, you never knew. Shout out to Tobago. I love Tobago's picture. I love your picture, right? I love Tobago's picture. Baby G's picture.
Baby G.
I love Baby G's marine picture.
You. I saw that. You saw that.
Lola.
And Giselle, Gems, she's one too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You see how many, listen,
okay,
you
so
see
I
how
looked
many
at your
veterans
photo
are there?
yesterday and I was like, he looked so freaking mischievous. So mischievous.
Listen, I say that to say this though. Look how much, you ready for me? Look how many of us veterans and we have access. Stop, man. Drop a bomb. Listen.
Drop a bomb.
We have access, right, to go beyond
That's a GI Bill.
GI Bill, VA home loan benefit, all of that good stuff.
But Kevin, what
passing that on to your kids and their kids and their
But
kids.
we don't think like that.
But Kevin,
We are,
but wait,
as a
Lima,
people, we are afraid to step out.
But besides that, people who working every day, right now, to get to be honest with you, to get a decent house in a nice area, you have to pay. You get at least the high 300s or at least for something.
All right.
Okay, hold that thought. Let me just say hi. Ian Joseph, good morning.
You're
What's
asking me or
up?
telling me?
Anthony Peter Peterson, victorious. Okay, let's. What?
I'm going to educate
They
you.
can't hear you. You're off the mic.
All right. My friend, what you doing is the normal way that the uneducated, forgive me for using that word, have taught you that you have to save up all this money to buy this expensive property. There are people out there who not even using their money to buy the same property you're trying to purchase. Because there are bills, there are loans, there's access, you know what? That's not my job. I the producer. I the man job. Watch it.
Look, the man right there.
It's
He just come on
crazy.
this
But
show
I'm just-
most Saturdays.
but I'm just
and he
saying-
just be telling
but the
people
prob-
about access.
Yeah, but this
access,
is. But what I'm
access.
saying
But
is,
nobody
is
pays
the same
attention,
argument
right?
You hear from a lot of people that's working a serious 9
So
to
let's
It's
do this.
because they don't
Oh,
listen
no,
to this
stop.
show.
Let's do this.
Okay,
Let's do
alright,
let's
alright,
do
alright,
this.
alright.
Let's do this. And
Code, I
watch.
didn't realize I was that
look how
short.
this is gonna look how this is gonna go, right? Check this out. We're gonna buy. You gonna own a home yet?
No,
Kevorkian is gonna own a home next year,
I know that already.
right? No. He knows it already.
He said it
No.
differently. He said it differently.
Look, and look how we're gonna own a home for Kevorkian next year, right? We're gonna put a date stamp on it.
I like
Is
how
that a
sounds.
yes or
We're gonna put a date
Let's
stamp
bring
on it,
Okay.
right? Because now we're gonna put the finish line, so there's an expected date that we gotta do this, right? Check this out. Kevorkian is DJ. Listen, he does work, whatever it is, right? We're gonna find out because if he wants it, right? If he wants it and he already put it, look, check this out. If he knows that he's paying X amount of dollars a month in rent, right? I want us to do the math real quick. Multiply that by 5, and that's how many years you probably might have been living in rent, right? Multiply that by 12 and then by 5, right?
That's almost 75 grand. If I'm doing it at 15 and he's not 15, we're looking at 17. That's a lot of money.
And the reason why I'm using Kevorkian because I want everybody else to identify that we are good. Listen, when we do this, we're going to celebrate and have the best backyard party. I kid you not. Because check this out. Here's how we could do it. As long as we know where we need to start and we put a projected finish line, then we could fill in the blanks. The easiest way to build a puzzle is finding the corners
So wait
and
now.
building
Oh,
in,
wait.
right?
So Vic said, if I decide to move to Florida, I'll be working with Kev.
Come on, man. We're not playing.
His number is there. His number
Listen,
is there.
listen, and check this out.
And Ian is saying you can buy a lot with no money down.
You can do. Listen, this right now in the state of Florida, we have a zero money down program if you are in a disaster area, if you've been affected by the flood, if you are a renter or a homeowner. It does not only apply to homeowners. It applies to renters as well.
And let me say, your success proves that you know what you're talking about.
My wife's a loan officer, so I hear these conversations all the time.
You know what you're talking You know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And again, spread the word. Share this link so that people can hear this good advice.
We want to help.
It's
tons
not
of
just
people.
for you guys. It's for everybody that wants to tap into this. So share the link, share the link, share the link. Go ahead.
We want to help tons of people. And it's, listen, this is the time of year. Lima, check this out. You said to me, you called, we talked, and we said, all right, this is what we're going to do next year, April, right? We put a time stamp on it. And I am so over us, right? Name one person who represents us somewhere right now.
I can't think right now. So I would say no one.
Outside of entertainment, let's be for real. Who really makes decisions for us when it comes to either a school board, when it comes to some sort of decision in government? Who talks for us?
Nobody really. They only talk for us around election
Check
time.
this out.
Kinda,
How
sorta.
much money do we spend in their community other than ours? It's crazy. right? It's crazy. We would rather go out and get the information from somebody else who we perceive to be much more of a professional than us, even though we can help. They would say, nah, you know what? Whatever he's saying might be too hard, or you know what, it might have.
He don't know what
crooks.
you're talking about.
Because here's the thing. We've been scammed and scamped before.
Say it again.
We've been scammed and scamped before. I kid you not.
We know you're on the up and up, man. For real, for real.
So
you know?
I'm gonna say it like this: if the math makes sense, I'll leave you guys with this real quick story. Real quick story. And I can probably I'll call Daniel. I can call Daniel and prove this. This kid is 22 years old. Haitian kid. Lived in. I have the pictures in my phone to prove it. When he signed his paperwork, they were in a room just as big as this, and this was the living room and the dining room. I kid you not. Daniel graduated from high school, barely. Started cutting grass as his job. He got a job with True Green.
Okay.
For the last 2 years. Needless to say, in the last 2 years, obviously he's living at home with his mom and his dad. He said, Kev, I have 2 big dogs. I need more space. My mom don't want these dogs around here. We found Daniel a home, I kid you not, $325,000 FHA, 3.5% down. Daniel had the money saved up because he was cutting grass. He ain't got no wife, he ain't got no kids, nothing. He's just going to work every day. Listen, 2 dogs. Listen, he's going to work every single day. He had the 2 years of constant employment. He had the money saved up, which was about, and I'm telling you, $15,000. We blow $15,000 on shiggity a year. Just add it up. Subscriptions, movies, you name it. 15 grand, we murder it. We kill it. We don't even need it, right? So he had the money, right? He had the time on the job, and then he had the credit score, which was 620. 620. If you have 580, we'll even do it. But 620. He was 22 years old. I'll be honest, the math really didn't make sense to him because he wasn't good at math. Said, bro, here's the math. We looked at it. He's like, shucks, I could do this. My mortgage is $1,700 a month, and I'm making 3 times that a month cutting grass. You know what he does now? So after we closed, I went to visit him 2 days ago. He's a security guard now, making $27 an hour.
He upped his game.
He upped his game. And you know what he did? You know what he did? He rented out the 2 rooms. And
Income property.
Listen, he rented out. Listen, I ain't supposed to say, but listen. He's 22. By 24.
That house should be paid off for.
Not close to it, but it will be a complete rental property. Right, moving into his other one because we understood that it was not going to be his forever property.
And that happened because you guys presented the information. Daniel was smart enough to take a hold of it and step out and do what he needed to do.
And listen, his mother, when we were signing it, she kept on saying, no. She was mad. But Daniel took a leap of faith and it happened. She's a dream stealer. When I went to his house, I kid you not, Lima, you ready for me?
What?
There ain't no furniture in there. He got his bed and stuff like that. He got his dogs, right? You got a monitor on the thingy on the island, right? Curtains up, right? I said, D, what you doing? He said, don't worry, I'm saving up to make sure I pimp it out. Listen, it goes back to put this on a t-shirt and you guys gonna buy this one. Small sacrifice for a big gain.
Small sacrifices for a big game, but I gotta throw this in there again. If you are around people that want to just kick your dreams to the curb because they can't see your vision or they want to substitute your vision for theirs, that's people you need to leave behind. You need to leave them behind. Life is too short for that bullshit, all right? Too short. And I say this to tie it back to what Kevin has been saying or what Kevin shared with us here. Buy your house. Hi, Jody. How you doing, Jody Showers? Buy your own house. it can be done with all the programs and
It feels good.
all the programs that are out there
It
that
feels
you
good.
don't know anything about.
You know what's so crazy? I was driving-
407, wait, 407-780-3338. His number is 407-780-3338. And just in case you didn't know this, his wife, Natalie, she is a mortgage broker. So it's a one-shop deal, okay?
Check this out. I was driving here, and I drove around the neighborhood before I stopped.
Of course you did.
Right? I just want to see. I just want to make. Listen, I just where my value is. Is it? Are we good? Because I'm honest, right? So I'll be like, oh shit, yeah. Good, yeah. You ready for me? If you bought in 2017, 2018-ish, right? Right now, you're sitting good. At least 100,000. Listen, at least.
Stop talking about business.
Sorry. Me too. I'm talking about me.
Okay, so if you purchased in 2017, 2018,
Yeah, 2016, 2017.
you're sitting good. Break it down for the dummies.
Equity wise, because of how the market has taken an upside, it come up like about 11-13%. So the number, multiply that by 13, and that 13% 0.13, right? Whatever you bought it at, multiply by 0.13, and that slight increase, that is the bare minimum.
So if you're like me and you purchased in 1999,
Oh,
I have almost 3,000 in there.
So you're
would
good.
it have increased even
Yeah.
at the? Okay.
yeah.
You've lived through the ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Sure
But
have.
listen, but you know what? People go and they say, well, Zillow this and Zillow that. Listen, don't get me wrong. Zillow is a pretty decent start, right? To kind of figure it out. But you want to talk to a pro.
407-780-3338. 407-780-3338. And let me remind you again, I just said it. His wife is a mortgage broker. So it's a one-stop shop deal, okay?
I
You heard
want-
it here on the People's Chat Room.
Listen, Lima, the People's Chat Room. I was driving here and I'm saying we need to do this takeover more often. We really do need to come and jam out and deliver the information like right to people and
I
really blow
need
this
you,
up.
I've told you
Yeah.
this before, I need you to put together some information so we could do a segment on accessing your equity.
Yeah.
Okay, properly accessing your equity. Phyllis is in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Properly accessing the equity, and I really want
Yeah.
that for me too.
Well, you know what?
I like
See
the t-shirt,
that-
Trinidad and Tobago.
Listen, this is something that I've consistently be branding. Check it out. I don't really throw it out there. I kind of like deliver it to as personal gifts to people. I like that though. This is.
Karen Ange Killer Squad, I was watching it just
I
now.
like these things. I like these things. Listen, if we could do these, listen, I like them. I was like, look nice.
Kevin, slow your roll. Let's talk about the event next weekend,
Yes.
please.
So all right, so next weekend, so because of what happened in Florida, right? And not just because of what happened, well, yes, really, really what happened in Florida. When Ian took place, I ran. I got hit with the storm, but I was very depressed.
I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Okay.
Keep talking.
I was ridiculously depressed. I sent pictures to Tashad and them about, from some, it hit me hard. I was like, yo, how am I going to recover? This is money. You just don't, you literally got to take money that you were safe and said, here you go, take my money, do what you're supposed to do. I don't have any other choice. That type of stuff, right? Because this ain't just like a small house. This is, right? So, boom, I got depressed, went to California, and one of my friends called me and she was like, hey, do you know about this 203H loan? I was like, what? No. Everybody knows about a 203K loan. 203K, if you're looking to buy a house and it needs renovation, you can get that loan and it will tie up the money. It will give you money to renovate the home one time. The 203K
It doesn't have
loan.
to do anything to do with the storm or anything like that. Or is
No,
it, okay.
but the 203H loan
Okay,
does.
I need to do the 203K. I could do it through you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you find a house that you want to live in that has some renovations that need to
What
get
about
done.
the home that you're already in? You can use the loan for that too.
No, there's a different program for that. But I can help you with that because we actually now have a commercial loan that we can actually help with fixing up your home.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Check this out. The 203H loan is for disasters. So it happened in a disaster. We happen to live in Florida, disaster area. That 203H loan comes with some benefits, but it has some caveats to it, right? We want you to understand how this loan works. We want you to be prepared for a USDA loan. We want you to talk about if you have a VA loan, like say for instance, you're a wife or you're a spouse of someone who is a veteran who may have passed away and you've never accessed that benefit. You're entitled to that stuff. So we're going to be talking about VA home loans. We're going to be talking about FHA home loans, 203H loans, 203K loans. We're going to be talking about zero down USDA
All them letters
loans.
confusing me. Go
Yes.
ahead.
It's a lot. Listen, there's so many programs. The long story short, guys, next week Saturday we are going to be doing our not first, but my goodness, I want to call it first because there's so many things we're going to pack into it. But we've done this so many times. It's going to be in Fort Myers. We're going to be streaming it as well. So guys, look out for the information. Follow me. I know a lot of you already do. Check out the information. Share it with a friend. Please, 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 please.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Kevin Amoroso, Realtor, he is on Facebook. But even if you can't remember Kevin Amoroso, you know me, Code, Kevorkian. Because as soon as he kicks that link out, I will then share it on my page and all through the groups. So that way you could get on. Listen, serious people only. If you're full of then forget you. Okay? Send it to somebody who's interested in stepping out in life and doing better for themselves and their families.
We're helping people as young as, we're helping people as young as 22, right? They get it. They get it. You know what? Before we go, here's what breaks my heart. Every person that I know right now who has somebody in the military who might be under the age of 25, hear me out. If you're hearing my voice and you know somebody who's in the military right now, under the age of 25, tell them do damn push-ups if they don't own a home right now. Tell
because
them to do
there's so
push-ups.
much that they could get access to by being part of the military.
After you've completed those first 90 days of active duties, you're a veteran. You're entitled to that benefit.
I
Let's
never
do
looked at
push-ups.
it
Come
like
on.
that.
So think about it. You just graduated AIT and you get to your first duty station and you have a wife and 2 kids, right? They want to put you in barracks housing or something like that and whatever. Hey, that's cool. Here's the deal. Apply for your VA home loan. Go to Navy Federal and access your VA home loan benefit. Check me out.
Did you guys know that as soon as you do that, how many days?
After 90 days.
After 90 days, you're already considered a veteran and you can access anything and everything that pertains to veteran programs.
Think about that.
Did
for a
you know
second.
that? No, but you found that out in the people's chat room.
Think
so
about
now you
that
know.
for a second, Kevorkian. You got a cousin who is in some form of the military, right? Some form of the military, and they're in Alabama somewhere, and they're living off base in some rental or whatever, and they're there for 2 years. Think about the fact that they can actually have bought a home, lived in it for 2 years, and when they ETS or they PCS,
They got somewhere to go.
they have now they can leave that as a rental property or sell it, make some money on top of it, and move on and use a VA home loan again, because you can use your VA home loan consecutively in concession.
Can't
Why
hear
they
you,
not
you're not
doing
in
it?
the mic.
You know why they're not doing it? You know why
They
they're
don't
not doing
know. They don't know. And what you don't know, you don't know.
So question,
Talking to Mike.
regular people who want to go like McCoy Credit Union, how does it affect your credit in regards to, steps of buying a home?
Well, here's the first thing.
Because
If
you
you
said
want,
Navy Credit Union, but I'm talking like McCoy.
so the Navy Federal Credit Union, a lot of times, I mean, with whatever military, let's put it like this, whatever military credit union that a lot of military folks have access to at that point in time, right? It doesn't necessarily have to go through their credit union. I just called out Navy Federal because it's pretty much one of the most accessible banking institutions for military folks.
Yeah, they're all,
on
well,
base.
not all over the place, but you can find one in, in your county.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily have to be Navy Federal, but then again, if you are someone who knows someone in the military that's under the age of 25 and they have a family, hear what I'm telling you. They are missing out on a great opportunity by not buying a property now. A lot of them will talk about A lot of them will talk. A lot of them will talk about, you know what? They probably don't want to do it now. They want to wait. But here's what: they're missing out on the opportunity to begin. Period.
So Kevin has so much information. We have him in-house today, but we still got to stick to the schedule, and we have a packed show. So Kevin, I know you're not. Look at tall man now. Look how tall he get now. Kevin, look at how tall he get now. Oh my God. That's Code's son. He taller than Code.
What's up, bro?
You see what my head reach? My head reach. Oh Lord. So we gotta go. We gotta make room for our next contributor, Miss Phyllis Worrell.
Mr. George.
Kevin, you're looking up. You see how tall he get? And he's still growing, huh?
Well, I hope he's not.
He's taller than you, Code.
Still kicking up?
Yeah.
Oh God. So you know what? While we getting Phyllis online, Kavakian, do your thing now, all right?
Saw you last night again in a vision, looking so lovely. Couldn't believe you took my breath away. Love that I'm feeling, I reach out to touch you, and then you were gone again, my friend. I hope we'll be lovers, maybe someday even more than friends. It's the love that I've got. The sparrows fly so high, straight to the mountain top, and there is no turning back. The rivers run dry, my love will never trust me. Believe me, it's true. My love will never trust me. Believe me, it's true. My love will never die. My love will never die. Oh gosh, I miss it. Me fretting up about the here I'm flexing. I miss it. Me frowning up on me here it wearing. Whoa. Every day, them a cry me down, but I just don't have fun. All me want is the music all night long. Play the music, big and strong, 'cause I just don't have fun. From the country straight to town, don't stop this jam. 'Cause you know I'm addicted. Na, live without it. Start me whole body pumping. All the girls just a jumping. Hey, well this is Captain Jason Ben and Chief Mate Pep on the boat ride.
Phyllis Worrell. Bong bo ding 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 dong dong. Dang dang di ding ding dong dong. Okay, I know you're on the job. Oh, she can't hear. That's on you, I think.
Yeah, I told her that.
You gotta check your levels. So check your phone.
Enable your microphone.
Yeah, enable your microphone. I'm gonna put on my glasses so I can see something. Yeah. Enable your mic.
Yes, I got
All
it.
right. Okay. I was
You
in.
hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you now. Okay.
Hi. Welcome.
I was in my rhythm.
Yes, how you doing? Okay, so we had a two-part discussion this
Wait a
Monday
second.
past
I didn't introduce
on
you properly.
If your partner is bad in bed, would you have that discussion with him or her?
Phyllis, I didn't introduce you properly. Come on now. You can't hear me. Where are your headphones, Gil? I said I haven't introduced you properly. So we have on our show Miss Phyllis Worrell. I know you got a lot to say, but I want to make sure people know who you are. You are our new contributor to the show. Motivational Mondays every Monday, of course, with Miss Phyllis Worrell, and now she's on our show. So we got the good stuff. First we had Kevin, now we got Phyllis. You're on, sweetheart.
Thank you, guys. Welcome again to another episode of the People Chat Room. Thank you once again for having me. So this past week we had a discussion, two-part discussion, and if your partner is bad in bed, would you tell him or her? Would you have that discussion?
Okay. That's a nice one. So I'm sure you
Yeah.
had a lot of comments about that, right?
Yes.
And what most of them
Yes.
say? They would tell or
Most
they
of
wouldn't
them
tell?
say that some say they wouldn't, some say they would. But we said is the manner in which you tell them, because it's the delivery. Because sometimes people could get offended or feel ashamed. So we try to bring it over where if you have that one-on-one conversation, it should be better. You gotta guide them. Some people
So,
don't know.
so it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. So tell us some of the
And
comments that you got. I'm just nosy.
some of the comments was like, they don't think they could do it. You like tell the partner. But we was like, so then it will be boring or you wouldn't be satisfied.
Uh, yeah. True. Wouldn't be
You know?
satisfied. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other question we had was, should you tell your partner everything about your past?
That's
And
ticklish.
we said no. You can give them snapshots, but you don't have to go down into details about everything.
I
Because
agree.
sometimes when you go into a lot of details and you have an argument,
They
they
just throw
tend
it
to
back.
throw it back in your face. So we were like, you could say certain things, even about your friends, about your family, just everything. Because sometimes when they get angry, they tend to just throw that back.
True. That is so true. And I feel
Yeah.
that what happened in the past should stay in the past. I mean, you could
think
discuss
so.
certain bullet points that would pertain to the current or may pertain to the current relationship somewhere along the line, that somewhere along the line they're going to find out anyway. And that also, to me, is part of setting a good foundation. But come on, they don't need to know everything.
Exactly.
It's
And
everything.
we give them examples of some things you should tell them. Like if you had a medical procedure, you could tell them things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't go digging deep to bring back things from your past, especially about your ex, because that could be very offensive. And you're going to just specific, but you don't need to go back down. And we had this discussion too about, when you meet a guy, he always have to ask you how much men you had before. Mind your business. You don't need to know that.
According to Patrice Roberts, drink water and mind your business.
Yeah. Right? So we don't think that is necessary. You
That
and
was a
I
good
together, let us
conversation.
make that happen.
I shared your link last week, Monday, but I didn't listen in because I figured I would hear it on Monday anyway. But that was a good conversation. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And last tip I want to leave with you was tips on how much you should talk about. Timing is everything. Don't overshare. Don't talk too much about your ex. Keep expectation in check and set boundaries.
People have a thing where do so and like so. They just want to be all up in your business, but when you try to get the same amount of information from them, suddenly they start to get upset. And to me,
Exactly.
that also is a red flag, because if you want to know, and you want to know, and you don't want me to get upset, you want to know everything. But when I'm asking you, you want to get upset. Why are you getting upset? What you got to hide? No, I'm saying,
Yes. Yeah.
it's a good conversation, Phyllis. A good conversation. How's your day
Yeah.
going so far?
It's good. This morning was a lot of rain, but now we have a lot of sun, and it's not too bad.
My two sisters are in New York right now for the weekend, Joan Dunbar and Shirma Sobers. Yes, I put in the information out there. So they're shopping
It's
for the
not
weekend.
Too cold.
Not too cold, it's nice.
No.
Okay.
Weather is nice.
Nice. A beautiful fall
November.
day. A beautiful fall day.
Yes.
When next
Yes.
you coming down south?
Well, my niece wants to go to Barbados, so I'll be in Barbados next month with her for her birthday, the second weekend. So I might do New Year's or something. I'll come down after the New Year.
Okay. All right. Well, when you come down, just let me know you're coming in, and you could come by and hang out with us for the 10 or the 15 minutes that you're on, so you could be live in studio with us. All right?
Okay, I'll
All right.
do that. And thank you again for having me.
You're welcome. You're
Have
welcome.
a blessed and wonderful weekend, guys.
You too, honey. And please say hi to New York for me. I
Yes.
I ain't like it to live, but I love to visit. You take care, all right, Phyllis? And see you
Yeah.
every Monday, Motivational Mondays with Miss Phyllis Worrell. You can find her on Facebook and tap into the live stream so you can hear what the topic is. By the way, what's the topic next week, Monday?
Next Monday, I think I will have a guest talking about autism.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes.
All right, hon.
Yes.
You take care.
All right. Have a blessed one, guys.
You too.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys next week, God's willing.
Oh,
All right.
next week we had to. I'm not going to be on. We're not going to be on next week. Next week Saturday because I'll be in Virginia. So we're on the following week, and that will be Sherwin Winchester. So he's going to be our
Week
guest.
after next.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
All right, hon. Take care.
Okay. No
Bye-bye.
problem. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Want to remind you guys that the show is live right now on iTunes Radio, and you can hear it in repeat mode on Island Beat Radio tomorrow from 12:30 to 2:30, and on this evening actually on Soca Passion TX you can hear the show from 6 to 8 p.m. So listen in so you can hear again and share the stream so you can let people hear all the cool stuff that we talk about on the show. See you guys later. Miss Phyllis, take it easy.
Yes.
Leroy, I have a message to give you. Leroy, I have a secret to tell you. You in love with Matilda. She invite you for dinner. Mama don't start to prepare. She don't boil she underwear. Don't go in them people house. I'm warning you. Don't go in them people house. I'm telling you. Kumangala in the coffee. Kumangala in the morbi. Kumangala in the porridge. Kumangala in the sandwich. If you eat them people food, you turn stupid. And when you start feeling good, you're done married. Kumangala in the tulum. Kumangala in your bumbo. Leroy. Leroy. Come with it, come with it. Come with it, man. Hey, give it. When I pick you up, you was like me and you was hot. I tell myself this is it. We go party down the place. Now you keep pulling back, and you have it in your waist. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Tell me why you don't have the feeling and that is so nice. I wonder what's on your mind. Don't tell me you're going to ruin my life. Tell me why you don't have the feeling and that is so nice. I wonder what's on your mind. Don't tell me you're going to ruin my life. Maybe you want something to shake you ding-a-ling. Hey. Maybe you want a man to get back out of hand. Maybe you want a wine to fire up the eye. Till a day, till a night. Hey.
DJ Kevorkian on the ones and twos. DJ Code Red producing the show today. And in house we've got Mr. Kevin Amoroso giving us all this good information. We don't normally get him in here, but he's here today. So, it's all good. Waiting to bring our guest, Dr. ELLEEN Ellis, on the show. She's in the waiting room so we can have a conversation about her book. The Gift, a glimpse through the window of my soul. So, need to let you know this man, Mr. Super Blue himself, the Blue himself, will be on the show on the 17th of December. And in 2 weeks when we come back, because we won't be on the air next week, Saturday. We'll be on the air the following Saturday. And our guest will be none other than Mr. Sherwin Winchester. And now we have Miss ELLEEN, Dr. ELLEEN Ellis, on the show, taking her out to the waiting room, bringing her on the show. Hey, my sister. Oh, we want you to turn your mic on. Let's see if we can hear you.
It's not on.
It's not, okay.
There she goes.
Now you're on. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Hey, sis.
Well, go on, little girl. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. So let me let y'all know how I've known Dr. Ellis. Back then, she wasn't Dr. Ellis. She was ELLEEN. But now I got to give her her handle. Known her for over, 20 years? 15 years? About 15 years. We went to the same church, which was Southeast Christian Church. I always thought that ELLEEN was from the Caribbean, but she's not. She's from the Ivory Coast. No, not the Ivory Coast.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. So she's one of our real African sisters. And now we're still in the same church, but we're at Washington Shores First Christian, where she
Church
is
of Christ.
Church of, you see, I'm just jacking the
Washington Shores.
Church of Christ, Church of Christ, but it's all part of the sister churches, all right? And of course, her husband is none other than Mr. Phil Ellis. He's someone that we love because he's just Phil, all right? He's just Phil. So, ELLEEN, welcome to the show, the People's Chat Room.
Thank you.
So, there's so much that people don't know about you that they can learn. One of them is you are a teacher. You are one of the sacred few that we need so much. Okay, and you're still at Colonial High School?
Yes, I am.
Okay. But today we're bringing you here. We have you on the show to talk about your book, The Gift, A Window into Your Soul. Okay. But before we get to the book, let's talk a little bit about education. And how long have you been at Colonial High?
This is my 13th year.
That long?
Yes.
Okay. And I know that you've gone through the different levels of, now, what subject do you teach there?
I'm a reading teacher. I teach 12th grade seniors. So my job is to prepare them to pass the reading portion of the SAT or ACT.
Okay.
So I'm a reading strategies teacher.
And have you seen our kids, and I know we can't talk too much about this because there's confidentiality involved, but how have you seen our kids fare over the past, let's say, 13 years? Have you seen an improvement in their reading ability, or have you seen a kind of like decompensation?
Well, there are struggles here and there, and so many factors that go along with that. Language barriers. At Colonial, we have a predominantly Hispanic community. And so you have the language struggles. And then, of course, just the issues of the day are all struggles that you see. But we do have successes that we focus on. And wherever we are lacking, we have interventions in place. But definitely, you can't just say there's a decline, because there's so many victories to celebrate. It's an up and down thing.
It's an up and down thing. I like the fact that you did redirect me. I tend to look at the decompensation a whole lot. It has a lot to do with what I do for a living, but where you do see the successes, but a lot of times you see the not so kosher part of it. Now let's talk about your book, The Gift: A Glimpse Through the Window of My Soul, by Dr. ELLEEN E. Ellis. How long have you been chewing on this book before you actually put pen to paper?
Forever. I have always written, Lima, always written. And it took a big kick in the rear from one of my church sisters for me to actually publish. When you read the book, you will see issues from Trayvon Martin. You will see poetry that I've written from there. You will see poetry from earlier on, like earlier part of my marriage, or just things that happen in the world. So I have always had a collection of poetry, always. But it's only now that I've actually, said, okay, let me share this. Let me give this gift and share this gift with everybody else.
I found a note that you had written to me years and years ago. I was cleaning out some stuff and I found it. Needless to say, I held on to it and I put it where I can find it all the time. And I read it. It was really sweet. I think it was for the moment back then, but to me, parts of it still applied. And one day I will share it with you so you can have like that little flashback moment, But before we go any further, I just want Kevorkian, just letting you know we're going to take a music break just now, okay? I didn't really think when I looked at the title, The Gift, that it would touch on so many various topics that you just included. Trayvon Martin, which was the beginning of, many people would say, the Black Lives Movement, Is that how you wrote about it in the book without actually telling us all the information? Is that how you saw it in the book, or how you approached it?
Well, I was looking at it from a humanitarian point of view. The fact that we even have to talk to our children to be mindful of their color. Because at that time, the way I looked at it, because I don't know them, but just seeing them on the news every day, that they could not even grieve. They were trying to defend their child's honor. And that really touched me. And then, of course, with all everybody now wearing their hoodies and all of this, so it just took on a life of its own. But just to see these parents who, instead of thinking about, hey, let's grieve for our son, we all now have to talk to our own children. So it is, that point of view that I took, but also how endangered we are as a people. So when you read that, you will see that come into effect, but also that there is hope.
I would like, before we go any further, for you to put the information out there as to how people can purchase a copy of this book, so that way we can I have to purchase my own anyway, so put that information
Hurry up,
out
Lima.
there. Yeah, I will. And I see you making people do little videos to put it out there. You're not going to catch me with that one. I'll just simply... But anyhow, ELLEEN, put the information out and then we'll continue talking.
Okay. You can purchase the book through Amazon. And please put in the entire title, The Gift: A Glimpse Through the Window of My Soul, because there are other books called The Gift. And also you can get it through Barnes and Noble.
Okay. So we're going to take a music break and come back on the other side. And what I want to ask you about is how, if you had to juxtapose, and I'm asking you to juxtapose life here in the Caribbean, in America compared to Sierra Leone, and the Black Lives, do Black Lives matter there compared to how Black lives are looked at here?
Okay.
Ready up, ready up, ready up. Hey, I charge up and ready to sing bam bam, sing the bam bam, sing bam bam, sing the bam bam, roll bam bam.
the road to Bacchanal. So meet me there, ready Bacchanal. Yes, this is the time to pick up the pace. Shake up yourself and loosen your waist. Meet me there, ready Bacchanal. Yes, this is the time to pick up the pace.
Okay, so I just put my money where my mouth is. And I just purchased a copy off of Amazon. Okay, so it was easy for me to do. It should be easy for you guys to do. Now, ELLEEN, I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to our listeners, both on iTunes Radio and wherever we're live streaming, which should also be on the peoplechatroom.com. We spend money on so many things that do not, in the scheme of life, it didn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? And then what we need to do is spend money within our communities. ELLEEN is part of our community. Spend money within our communities. That's what we need to do. And while we're at it, those nail technicians that look like us, let's spend money with them as opposed to the people that don't look like us that taking out millions of dollars. Spend money within our communities. So I'm encouraging you to go to Amazon right now and find the book. The name of the book is A Gift, A Glimpse Through the Window of My Soul. Did I say it right, ELLEEN?
Yes, you did.
Yes. A Gift, A Glimpse Through the Window of My Soul by ELLEEN E. Ellis. So please go and purchase it. Please, 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 please. I just got my copy. I should be getting it sometime by early next week. I didn't even check to see which date it was. So you can get it on Amazon, and you can also get it at Barnes & Noble. So there you go. There is no excuse. All right, guys? All right, ELLEEN, let's have that conversation about, putting America and Sierra Leone together. Juxtapose that for me and tell me the differences. Do Black Lives matter there? Because it's a predominantly black country. It's Africa. So what do you share with us that contrast kind of thing?
Well, first of all, the events that have occurred here in the United States, the people of Sierra Leone have greatly empathized with the cause here. However, as Sierra Leone is a country predominantly of black people, so we have our own issues, political issues, economic issues, which our people focus on. So the only way to really connect the two is just to say, you go to Sierra Leone and you see people wearing Black Lives Matter shirts.
Nice.
And there's no question about it. Not like here in the United States where people want to say blue lives matter, white lives matter, old lives matter, gay lives matter. Everywhere in Sierra Leone, almost every day you go to town, you'll see somebody with a Black Lives Matter, and you will not see a Blue Lives Matter there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
I gotta say, while you were talking, Code was lining up the book right next to your face so people can see the book. So good job, Code. I got a really good team, and expanding. Code. Thanks, Kevorkian. Thanks, Code, and of course, we've got a really good realtor here. You heard him before, right? Kevin Amoroso. So it's nice to know that we do matter, not just here, but of course in Sierra Leone where we are predominant. It's nice. I know you just came back from a couple months over there.
Yes, yes, I did.
I was all up in your business. Your husband told me anyway, so yeah. So how is the movement of the book going so far?
It's going well, and I must mention while I'm on here that I am having a book signing at Washington Shores Church of Christ, December 3rd. So everybody, you're invited. Okay,
let them know the address.
I have some signing gifts coming out during that time, and you don't want to miss it. So far, so good. And I'm also looking for a photo of everyone when you get your copy. I am making reels and posting those. So Lima, you're on.
Yeah, I know. I should get my book this
and Kevorkian, you're also on. I'm waiting to see you guys with photos.
She just fall on blast.
So you're not off the hook.
Please let them know where Washington Shores is located, so that way they could come and the time frame for the book signing.
2818 Orange Center Boulevard, Orlando, Florida 32805, and it is December 3rd, 1 to 3 p.m.
There you go. December 3rd, 1 to 3 p.m. at Washington Shores Church of Christ. I don't know why I was thinking the other one before, but hey, you know. Yeah.
See you tomorrow, Lima.
Come on, ELLEEN. Why you doing?
I love you.
I know you do, but she just put me on blast, bro. I gotta go to church.
I love you, Lima. See you tomorrow. Pastor Hairston is looking out for you.
Oh my gosh, y'all
I love
easy.
you.
I love you too. I love all of you. You, Pastor, well, you know how I feel about your husband. He's just a bomb diggity. You know what I mean? But let's go back to the book, The Gift. A Glimpse Through the Window of My Soul by ELLEEN E. Ellis. Just give us a brief overview again before we get out of here. I say exactly what's in the book. You have her thoughts on what happened with Trayvon Martin. You have thoughts on, finish the sentence, ELLEEN. What else?
We have thoughts on hope. Thoughts on friendship. Thoughts on family. Thoughts on advice. Blessings, provision, and it's all poetry and a devotional. So you also get the word of God in there and giving you good advice how to cope through life.
Let me tell y'all something about this woman. She's like me. What you see is what you get. You always know where you stand with Dr. ELLEEN Ellis. She is real as they come. I appreciate you. I love you. And all the best with the book.
Thank you. Thanks, DJs.
Thanks, ELLEEN. You take care. I see you in church. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next 2 weeks. I don't know, but I'll be there.
Looking for you. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on iTunes Radio right now with the People's Chat Room. Remember, you can hear the show in rebroadcast mode this evening from 6 to 8 p.m. on Soca Passion TX. And, of course, tomorrow on Island Beat Radio at 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. Right now, we're going to turn you back over to DJ Kevorkian because you know what? We're getting ready for our guest, Mr. Leo Carmichael, who will be coming up around the 25 after the hour. He's a young man with a fantastic voice. I need to say thank you to Miss Wendy Morgan for bringing him into our vision. In the meantime, in between time, you ready, bro?
This is the time to meet me on the road to Bacchanal. Time for you to get dirty, time for you to get mad, time for you to come meet me on the road to Bacchanal. So meet me there, the Bacchanal. This is the time to pick up the pace, shake up yourself and loosen your waist. Meet me there, the Bacchanal. This is the time to pick up the pace, up in it to make everything nice. So on the road to Bacchanal.
Talking to me? Would you like to jump with me? Oh, God.
Mash up, we think dress so. But you don't understand when you watch me.
Okay, so Code come up with a good idea. We don't see. Huh? Code come up with a really good idea. We don't normally get Kevin in the house, right? That's a fact. So he here, let we use him. So I gotta say hi to Rakshan Singh. Lima waking up with a hangover tomorrow. Rakshan say I'm waking up with a hangover.
That's
right?
good. That's good intentions.
Good intentions, right? Annie King Salters. Hi. See you. Oh Lord, she's saying see you tomorrow. Lima.
Somebody's asking you to come to church tomorrow.
Regina, Washington Shores Church of Christ.
You know what you gotta do, Lima?
Lord, okay.
Send every one of them a text message with the praying hands. Tomorrow morning. That's what you do.
Oh my Lord.
Say happy Sunday praying.
We'll see. I just may show up in church tomorrow. Church is at 10 o'clock.
Listen,
which
man,
is
God
kind of
don't miss,
early.
yo. God
but-
don't miss.
Yeah, right. So
God don't miss.
Kevin, here now. Let's bring it back to you. So I know that next week Saturday between 1.
It's between 11 and 1.
11 and 1 is
11
the
and
workshop.
1 is the workshop in Fort Myers, and more than likely we will be streaming it.
No, not more than likely.
We will be streaming
You will
it.
be streaming
We will stream it. You'll get the I'll post out, guys. I know a lot of you probably follow me, but tell a friend. We'll post out the Eventbrite link, and if you go through there, you should get the streaming link from there.
So let me ask you. I know, obviously, you live in Fort Myers, and it was I don't want to use the word destroyed.
Mash up.
It was mashed up. I just say mashed up by hurricane. Which hurricane was that? Ian. Yeah, there's so many hurricanes these days.
Ian.
Yeah, Ian leave his stamp. Okay, and how difficult was it for you? You got through to FEMA?
We called FEMA the very next day. We got on the waiting list, and literally like every other day, I'm like waiting for I'm like, we're still nothing.
Nothing yet?
Nothing.
So is FEMA dropping the ball?
Listen, there's no secret. I'm not trashing FEMA. I'm just saying a lot of times when these things happen, I think there's a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of red tape, a lot of people trying to, bombard the system. You got to kind of filter out who's real, who's not, what's right, what's wrong, what you're entitled to, what you're not entitled to, all of these good things. So I think the system sometimes just get boggled down. But, got faith, it's gonna come true.
Okay, I remember when Hurricane Andrew passed through. We were living in Miami at the time, so of course we were right in smack dab in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. We applied for a FEMA loan. It didn't take more than a month.
Wow. I don't know.
I think what FEMA need to do, and I see that they're actually doing it now, is they need to hire more people to hit the ground.
You know what? And listen,
more people need to be on the ground.
It's a bittersweet thing because you know what? We talk about hiring more people, but nobody really want to work. Nobody really want to work. And then they want to be choosy about what they do. So come on.
Well, you're right about it.
It's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword. So I know that Natalie is now licensed to work in Tennessee, Georgia.
No, not Georgia yet. No. Tennessee,
California, Florida, of course, Virginia,
and Texas.
And I know that she got some other license quite recently.
Yes.
Was it that or was it something else?
It was licensed to sell real estate in California as well too.
Okay. Yeah. So again, you're looking at Kevin Amoroso. If you can't see him, you're hearing his voice. The phone number is 407-780-3338. And I mentioned earlier on that his wife is a mortgage broker. So you don't have to go and look for a mortgage broker. And the cool thing about these guys is this. If there's a program out there, they will raise your awareness about it. Okay, and they will take you through it so that you can understand what you need to do so that you can access those funds.
You want to know what it is, Lima? I get high when I see people, when I get people to buy a house. When I say I get high, I know what you mean. I get this shot of adrenaline that is just shoot through you when somebody gets pre-approved, like when that contract gets approved, when the person on the other side says yes, like inspection goes, like, that's like shots of adrenaline for me. When closing day happens, a lot of times I cry. I hate to say it like that because it's like
You
like
cry
this person
for happiness.
Yeah, because it's like, you know what? A lot of times, some people really don't believe that they can have it. It's such a joy.
But because
sometimes.
that's how they have conditioned us.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way to put it. That's how they have conditioned us. They have conditioned us over the decades to not think that we could reach, we could accomplish, we could be. And we've fallen for the okie doke. And when people like Kevin come along, or people like ELLEEN comes along, or people like this young man come along, even people like me, very rare do I pat myself on the back, but even people like me, when we come along and we start telling you, well, you can do it, you can do it, all you got to do is not just believe, but actually do some work to accomplish it, you think we're full of shit, but we're not.
You know what it is? I think sometimes, again, it's we get caught up in the race. We get caught up in going to work.
Living.
Yeah.
Surviving.
Living. And I had to attest to this because the other day I told Natalie, sat down on the chair, and I was like, you and I need to get on the same page so we can calendar the stuff that we have going on for the rest of the year. Like, if you don't sit down and tell that next person, we have to calendar our crap. Like, you got stuff going on, I have stuff going on. We need to be on the same page as to like what's happening and when.
Okay, but that's because you two are equally yoked. Yeah, I said it.
It's a struggle though.
Equally,
it's a fight.
I understand it's a struggle, but you have a partner that is on the same dream as you, the same dream team as you. So you need to have that person who can support you, nurture you, and all that stuff. Okay, be on the same page with you, and it comes right back to stealers, dream stealers. There's a lot of them suckers out there, man. When you see them coming, run. I tell all you, run. Okay, run. We have Mr. Leo Carmichael. I think he was in the waiting room just now. He's our next guest. I think I saw him, but then he disappeared. I hope we didn't kick him.
Come back.
Leo, if you can hear us, come back into the waiting room.
Listen, if you're on Facebook right now, if you're on the live stream right now, share this. I dare you to share this. I dare this to send this to one of your friends. I dare you to share this because you want to hear something crazy.
What?
You want to hear something crazy?
What?
We have less than a week and a half before Thanksgiving, right? And then we have about a month
Turkey
and a
Day!
half
Yes!
before the end of the year. So let's put it for shits and for S's and giggles.
I already said shit once.
For shits and giggles, we have about 45 days before the end of the year.
Didn't we have a similar conversation last year? Do you remember us not having a similar conversation last year?
I always look to have these conversations at this
Do you remember
time
that conversation?
45 days
before the end of the year.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, and please don't do that whole New Year's Eve kind of, what did they
What are you
call that
gonna-
thing
yeah,
again?
resolutions?
Resolution.
What are you going to do?
Phrase it differently. What are you going to do? So the service tomorrow at Washington Shores is at 9 o'clock. I said 10. That's probably why I don't show up very often there. I just said it. Oh my God. I just said it. I'm sorry, ELLEEN. I'm sorry, Regina.
She know about the fish
He said I know about the fish market. What fish market? Come on, yeah?
There's fried fish over there.
Really?
Which one?
Right there, watching the shores. The fried fish.
There's fried fish?
But you know about it. How come
You
don't
know
go to
about
church
it. How
next
come you
door?
don't tell us?
I'm scared to go anywhere.
And how come you don't even go to the church, Washington Shores, Church of Christ, 9 o'clock? That's a different story. But you want to give me a hard time. So that's the reason why I don't come as often as I should, but I will come before Christmas. I will be there at 9 o'clock, bells and whistles.
Man, we have to have a conversation about church one.
What is he doing?
What? I'm trying to do like 15 million.
That
things
thing
at the
needs to
same time.
charge.
Oh, I can tell.
Okay, but it has given me a hard time when I don't walk with the charger for my laptop.
Well, and then my
but
laptop and it's
but
not
your laptop
charging.
not even
And it's
charging.
not even charging.
You know what I'm saying? So Kevin, before while we waiting for Leo to come back into the waiting room, weren't you going to play like a song or two or something?
No.
Any new soca that's touching down?
Well,
the new soca that I
I
like.
haven't heard.
Oh! Play that one by Claudette now.
I haven't
Stressless.
heard any. I haven't heard any.
he doesn't have it. My laptop is dead.
Oh, his laptop.
Whose fault is that?
But you want me
How
to play
come you don't have Stressless?
I've been playing new soccer all morning.
Really?
Aaron Duncan, when we first started, it's brand new.
I'm going to start singing soca.
You going to
going
start
to
singing
start
soca?
At
Should I
47
be
years
afraid?
old, at 47 years old, I'm gonna throw my hat into the soca arena.
Ah,
And
boy. Wait, hey, you remember a couple years ago when you had a mass band? I played mass.
Lima played mass.
Oh yeah, that song was hot, boy. Oh god.
Listen.
So I tell you what. Can we have some music? And let me reach out to Wendy to see where I know I saw him. I know I wasn't seeing things. He was in the waiting room. But let me reach back out. What time is he?
Probably drop signal.
Wait a second. No, it's early. He's
early.
too early.
It's
No,
1:27.
yeah, we can't. It's not.
But then again, you know what?
1:27, it's just
He
too
might
early.
be in Jamaica, so they're still an hour. Now they're an hour behind.
They're an hour behind.
I hate
No.
that.
No. Wouldn't it be more than an hour?
They were hour forward.
Hour forward, sorry.
They're hour forward.
But wait.
We're an hour behind. We're an hour behind.
Wait. But they're not on the same.
No, well, are they?
Man.
They're not on the same time zone as Trinidad and Tobago. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too. No, you might be making sense. You might be right about that.
I'm confused. I don't know why they keep messing with the time. It just makes no sense. So,
What time? It's
so
2
Cole, you
o'clock.
ready? You ready?
It's
You ready or what?
I don't know
Play that thing now?
because I'm
It's
playing on from
2:27.
Kovokin.
There we go.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. Patrice again. Ooh, yeah. Tonight is your night. Is your world, baby. Do as you like. Why now you please me? Do as you want with me tonight. Have your way with me all night. Carry on, baby. Carry on, baby. Carry on, carry on. Wind it up, wind it up, wind it up.
Jump in the side of the rhythm like angle bang. What a da bang. Angle bang. Have a little money in my pocket 'cause I just got paid. I could do it a little more, but I'm still irate. So now I'm stepping out to a party. Trouble when I link up with my friends and family. Man, anywhere we go, we mash it up. We rip it up, we mash it up. Girl, them a fi bubble and them a fi back it up. Everybody see we and they say we acting up. We just living, mash it up. We rip it up, we mash it up. Girl, them a fi bubble and them a fi back it up. Everybody see we and they say we acting up. Some of the amazing, hey fatty boom boom, sugar dumpling, swim boom boom, sweet something. Tell me something. Tell me how you go wine like that. Tell me how you go bubble like that, baby. Look like you want me to get a heart attack. The way you wine in your waist set good and sit down on top. Then you bend up your back and you start push back. You give me two good back. I'm gonna give you right back. Bend up your back and you start push back. You give me good back. I'm gonna give you right back.
So let me just say this. So all you know the cryptocurrency thing, boss. The mag boss.
Oh god.
Boss.
Buy now.
Boss.
Listen, buy now.
They went from billions
Would it
to
actually
to what?
Would it actually improve?
I don't think so. Because that money is not insured by the FDIC.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, not now.
I
don't
mean,
think now.
so we were just talking about one of his realtors who worked his ass off. He invested in crypto, lost a lot of money, but because he was such a hard worker, he was able to sell a certain amount of homes. So he was able to bring himself back up to the point where, you know, he's solvent again. Yeah. But he's not. I mean, a lot of people are not like that. But let me say this. You see that whole crypto thing? There's one person that comes to mind. I'm not going to call a name. But big in crypto. It would be interesting to know what your thoughts are right about now after that Mark bust. Seriously. But you know what? Oh, there he is. Isn't that him? I know I wasn't seeing things. Yeah, Leo. His Excellency.
All right.
So before we bring Leo on, Code, you're going to play something else. Or, hey, look your laptop come back up. All right, so we are live. we are live. We are live on iTunes Radio. Rakshan Singh, what go on, my brother? We are live on iTunes Radio. You can hear the show in rebroadcast mode this evening from 6 to 8 p.m. We want you all to tell people about this show. We got some really good things happening here. I beat the drum all the time. We have Kevin Amoroso, our realtor, in-house, okay? And I mentioned before that his wife is also a mortgage broker. So it's a one-stop shop for all your real estate needs, okay? I'm sure they also do staging too. He's thinking. Y'all do staging too? He has. But I have an agent that does staging. So again, listen in to the People's Chat Room. We will give you all this information. We've got our other contributor, Miss Phyllis Worrell. Fantastic, okay? We just heard one of our dynamic guests, Dr. ELLEEN Ellis, and she has a new book, her first book, The Gift, A Glimpse into the Window of My Soul. And now we have Mr. Leo Carmichael sitting down just waiting to jump in the show. But we'll bring you on just now, Leo. But we see you. We see you. In the meantime, Court, where got, man?
Patrice again, yeah. And again, and again, and again, and again. Ha. But I know some man will complain. Tell them this. Woman do like soft man. Yes. Not my man. Woman do like soft man. What I like? Ha. Some woman love a money man, love a funny man, love a service man. A man who understand. Some woman love a roughing up, love a cussing up. Want a man to jack them up, but not me them talking about. Cause I name woman. I'm moving on their own pace, whining their own ways. I name woman. See this bumper that I'm blessed with. No man can stress this, no. If a man say go right, then I go left. I not listening. If a man say go left, then I go right. I not listening. If a man say no, I go in all night. I not listening. If a man say hush, I speaking for spite.
It's true, baby. Come on, get dressed and then we just go somewhere nice. Yeah. Honey, don't worry about the children, they go be alright. Come, girl, we clean up. Go somewhere and free up. I want feel your body, your name. Long time we ain't working. We too busy working. So tonight we doing this for real. And we going right down till we light up. Come, let we overdo it. And we going right down till we light up. Come, let we overdo it. Y'all are spending all of my energy, all of my money. Let we jam, baby.
You are mute.
We want to
You're
hear
mute.
you. So
You are mute.
unmute your mic.
Unmute your mic. All right.
There you go.
Well, going to the people.
So let me read a little bit
Shout out to
about
the people.
you.
Much love to the people.
Much love to you, my dear. Let me just read a little bit about you here. That you honed your craft at the prestigious Edna Manley College and the University of the West Indies. Your musical foundation was nurtured on your island of Jamaica with early childhood piano lessons. So you play piano also? All right now. Okay. And traditional church drumming. So you, like many of us, you were raised in the church. Your music was, it's a church foundation. His love of music and dedication to his vocation led him to working alongside established artists to which he gained knowledge and experience with performing and touring. So, Leo, are you in Jamaica right now?
Right now, I am in the middle of the ocean, off the coast of Mexico and Texas.
What are you doing there?
I'm in the middle of the ocean right now.
I heard you. What are you doing there? You're working on a ship or something?
I'm singing on I'm on the third largest ship in the world, allure of the seas.
Okay.
In fact, I just did a Michael Jackson tribute at an 80s party last night.
You got a voice. You got the voice for it. So
They
you
got
know.
good internet.
Yeah. You heard what Code say? Code say all they got good internet because they're coming through loud and clear. Okay. So.
Oh my gosh, wonderful.
So when you're not on the ship, are you in Jamaica or are you here stateside?
I'm in Jamaica at a resort performing, at some club performing, at some session, at some festival, and sometimes I hop over to the US and chill with a couple of my musician friends, you know.
Okay.
Tell you the truth, I mean, I'm wherever the good vibes is, that's where I am. That's why I'm with the People's Radio right now. The People's, People's chat room right now.
So yesterday I shared the flyer on, I believe, my FB story. So I of course had to select one of your songs, and I was happy that you had at least 3 songs up there that I could share. And there was one that the one that I shared has a kind of colonial-esque vibe to it, but you put your own spin on it. I can't remember the name of it, and I don't know if that's something that we do have, but we do have some music. So
it's calling. Long time, wifey, I've been calling. Girl, you be a pre, my darling.
Yes.
Yes. That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Calling. Okay.
You know,
have
the
that
funny
code?
thing is, you know, it's African, you know. It's
my
African,
gosh.
you know, the elements. Yeah, man, is mixing a bit of the African old school folk vibe and making I'm bringing it to right here, you know, keeping our African heritage and innovating on it. Because if you'll hear the club and you'll hear a lot of the happy African melodies like spada bada 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 bam pam padam. A lot of the African melodies have bam 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 bam. You know, that kind of stuff, which also takes its form in soca too. You know.
Okay.
So yeah.
So do we have that one code?
In time.
In time?
You're
Okay.
right. Jumper cable have for now.
We have Jumper Cable. We're gonna play, and we'll talk on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
She called
Of
me
course,
last
let's
time,
go.
say her engine
And of
need
course,
a
love and blessings to
start-up.
everybody from the
Ask
people's
me
chat
me
room.
jump
Love
back
and blessings
in
to
the
everybody in the
sun,
house.
take a
Love and blessings to
shortcut. Lift up her
everybody.
bunny, take the cable, fit the charge up. Rev up her engine, steady throttle till it's sort out. When the charge her, rev up the car, she take off. Moon and a groan, now go shut off. Fix her right, engine a ball. Clap for another fix with my jumper cable. Wine and checker with my jumper cable. Wine and checker with my jumper cable. She want me to charge up that, so she get cool off the all up that. Open up your body box, start it back, clip it with lock with my jumper cable. So she want it hot, work every time when me clamp it lock. More than a chicken when me press the gas. She want it Scott with my jumper cable.
Okay, Leo. This is so rhythm.
Yeah.
Rhythm. It's like I don't want not rhythm heavy, but rhythm. Everything is built around the rhythm.
Yes,
And
man.
tell us about Jumper Cable. I mean, you obviously had a lot to do with the production, right?
Yeah, man. I'm the producer and the songwriter. Yeah. Shout out to mixing and mastering engineer Jamoy J Twist. Yeah.
All the instrumentation, is that you also?
That's me. Composition, production, everything.
How long you been
I'm a
singing,
producer
bro?
too.
How long you been singing?
Yeah, man. It's under my label Line Spectrum Entertainment, man.
How long have you been singing?
Professionally since 2005.
Wow. Wow.
Before that, I was a drummer professional. And I'm still a drummer professionally too.
So your first instrument is drums? Or would you say your first
I
instrument
studied
is...
drums and voice at the Edamale College for the Visual and Performing Arts, and I also studied a bit of composition and production.
Okay,
And I
so...
studied music and business management, artist management, general and operations management at the University of the West Indies. Yeah.
So
That's
that's
me.
that would be Mona.
Yeah, man.
Okay. I like your vibe, man. You got a lot going on that I don't know. You got I don't know in a good way. You've got a lot going on. What we got now? Code.
Come check me now, no?
Everything good now, you know. Yo, like, make you all a job. Link up, link up, link up. Ooh, yeah. A 6 love later, you know. Forward with the liquor. Up full. Bless you.
Long time wifey, I've been calling. Girl, are you me a pre, my darling? Curfew rise and nature calling. Drive to me for peace, my darling.
Come check me now, no. Everything good now, you know. Yo, lion, make you all a job. Link up, link up, link up. Ooh, yeah. A 6 love later, you know. Forward with the liquor. Up full. Bless you.
Long time wifey, I've been caught. Girl, are you me a pre, my dog? Curfew rise and nature call. Drive to me for peace, my dog. Rain a fall, a breeze a start. Coffee full of steam, my dog. Social distance stop from man. Push me Kigani, my dad. Quarantine it live from dance. Soldier and police skyline. I'll pull up in your back and start. Come in, love, start. Da 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 da. Jamaica, get to touch the streets again. Say future.
You got so much enthusiasm. It's like Leo. Most artists draw their inspiration from somewhere. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
The Most High and people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. There is something beautiful in everybody. There's something to learn from everybody. And if you keep it simple and keep music about people, you will always be grounded. And if you stay humble, which is from the Most High, you'll always be grounded. That's where my meds is. You see? That's where my meditation is. Yeah. That's where my inspiration is. And funny enough, you know, weirdly, a lot of the melodies, a lot of my writing, a lot of songs that I've written, sometimes I'm waking like I'm almost out of sleep and I'll hear a full song. Like even this morning, I'll hear a full song. I'll give you a joke. Alright, so on cruise ships, I'm in a small single cabin. This is my bed behind me. So my bed is my witness. This is a bed right here. It's a bed. It's a bed. So my bed is my witness, man. Yeah, and it's so funny. You see this song? Funny enough, the official music video. Everybody check out the official music video for this song.
Okay.
You know, it is this is my first official single. Well, one of. No, I had other singles before, to be honest. But my first official music video is from the is on this song from the album, from the Light album. Yeah, this song is about. It's like making dancehall and soca and Caribbean music feel good and bringing everybody from across the Caribbean diaspora together. You know what I mean? The African, it's a feel good vibe.
What I noticed with the first song and this song, of course, it's like it's a totally different vibe. The first one was more rhythmesque. That's a new word. I need to patent it. More rhythmesque, and you were hearing the strong African groove in there. Of course, the next one was more reggae dancehall kind of thing. But the one that I really want to hear is the one that we showed on the story. What's the name of it?
Jumper Cable, the one you played. Do you want me to charge up that? So she get cool if you all up that. Open up the bonnet, let me start it back.
When you sing it unplugged, the song was way different. Keep singing.
Open up my bonnet, let me start it back. Clip it, grip lock with my jumper cable. She said she want it hot. Work every time when me clamp it up. No one on a chuckle when me press the gas. She want fix that with my jumper cable. Yeah,
you got a nice voice, man. And nice is an understatement, right, Code? You're really good.
Give thanks.
I'm sure some of the shows that you do on the ship is well received by the crowds, right? Because you got a really good voice.
Funny enough, I'm the CEO of Royal Caribbean and executives, and a ton of travel agents are on the ship right now because our band is featured on the opening of the Galveston port in Texas.
Okay.
So we're on here for a month representing, doing some good music.
Okay. Let me just read a little bit more.
On a little tour.
You got one more song? Okay, before we play the other song for you, let me just read a little bit here. Okay. As a recording artist, Leo's core sound and vibe is reggae, pop, and dancehall. The aforementioned has contributed to a priceless experience as a performer on Jamaica's North Coast resorts and cruise lines, such as where he is right now, as performer of Billboard Top 40s, and paired with high energy live music performances and a golden voice. You just did a whole lot of Michael Jackson songs, right? Which I'm sure was well received. Can you just touch on one for us? Just give me a little piece of
Which one?
You know which one I really like? She's out of my life. She's out of my life. And I don't know.
I don't want the people's chat out of my life right now. I want the people's chat in my life.
Well, you
right
pick one. You pick one. You pick one.
I tell you what, since I want to do a song for you, so you are a beautiful, beautiful lady, so I'm gonna do a song called PYT by Michael Jackson for you, all right?
Bring it. Yeah, thank you.
Where did you come from, baby? And oh, won't you take me back that way? Won't you, baby? Generally, you've got to be spot my nature, sugar fly with me. Don't you know now is the perfect time? We can dim the lights just to make it right. Then the night is love and pain. Let me take you to the max. I wanna love you.
PYT.
PYT. Some loving, baby. The loving care. And I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Yeah.
Enough respect. Woo! You pretty good, man.
MJ all the way. Leo Carmichael.
One love. Leo all the way.
Leo Carmichael all the way.
So let's play.
Table all the way. Calling all the way.
Let's play the last song we have for you and we'll chat on the other side.
Say
Okay?
the dark and sweet, I forget about no. Mickey a refuse, so she get a third round. Running on your smooth when the jet a touchdown. Good in and the note, good your body round. Summertime, the girl them want feel like my girl. Pressing on me and she gone with every damn red says.
Leo, where can they follow you? Tell us where we can follow you.
Now, my name is Leo Carmichael. Leo Carmichael. I am on all major platforms. Everybody under the sound of my voice, follow Leo Carmichael. Leo Carmichael!
And that's
on Spotify, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Snapchat. Mostly on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Yeah, you can use the handle Leo Car Music. That's Leo Car MUSIC music as one word. That's Leo Car Music on all social media platforms. But on Spotify and all music platforms, remember the name Leo Carmichael. If all
Thank you,
else
Leo.
fails, Google me, Leo Carmichael. Yeah, love and blessings every time.
Thank you,
Shout out to
Leo.
the people's chat room every time.
You were going a little bit in and out, but we did get it. Thank you so much for being a part of the People's Chat Room today. We appreciate you. We appreciate your music. And we encourage everyone to follow him. We also encourage you, Leo, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the People's Chat Room, where your show is going to be archived. Okay? Take care. And we invite you to return. We invite you to be a return guest anytime that we can schedule you in. Please come back and let's chat a little bit more, okay? God bless. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye. So there you have it, our guest, Mr. Leo Carmichael. I believe we were supposed to have Beverly, Sister Beverly, but we're almost at the 2 o'clock hour. So we want to let you know that there is a prayer breakfast on the 26th of November. And Beverly, Sister Beverly is going to be on that show. It's going to be here in Orlando, Florida. I'll pull up the flyer just now. We could chat about it just a little bit. But in the meantime, let me turn it back over to DJ Kevorkian. Thank you, Leo, for being on the show.
This city can't hold me. My vibe's too high. And my heart, it told me jump right now, you will touch the sky. Feel my love unfold.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So it's not really the rhythm for me to say this on, but I'm gonna say it because we gotta talk about it. November 26, 2022, Queen of Hearts presents The Power of Prayer, Praying Women, with Sister Beverly live in concert. Sister Beverly, Island Rebels, and the Praise Dancer. Again, this will be on November 26th, and it'll be at 830 Magnolia Drive, Altamont Springs, and it's $50. That includes your food. So for tickets and info, please call 407-234-5047, 407-745-7492. And any church that wants to buy or purchase a table of 10, you will get a donation of $5 from each ticket that is sold. Again, this is on November 26th. Queen of Hearts presents The Power of Prayer with Sister Beverly. Juve morning. I'm messing with your vibe a little bit, but can I at least get the Black song, the last one that he died with? I know he wanted to tell me something, you know. He wanted to tell me something, right? Come walk in. I know you want to give me a hard time, you know. No? How come? I don't know how come. So we're getting ready to get off the air. I want to thank all our guests. Our contributor, Mr. Kevin Amoroso, in the house today. I also want to thank our other contributor, Mr. I almost call her Cynthia Worrell. Phyllis, don't kill me. Miss Phyllis Worrell. So our first contributor, Mr. Kevin Amoroso, Realtor. Also, Miss Phyllis Worrell. Phyllis is a motivational speaker, a motivational guide, I should say. Then we had Dr. She's from Trinidad.
Oh, she's from Trinidad?
Yeah, she's from Trinidad. You didn't pick up the Trinidad accent?
I could have swear she was from the Bahamas.
No, she's from Trinidad.
Okay.
And
Shout out to the Bahamas.
Shout out to the Bahamas. Then we had Dr. Ellis. Please purchase her book, The Gift, a glimpse into the window of my soul. I said it right. And you can get it on Amazon and also at Barnes and Noble.
Stop
and
for a
then
second.
we wronged
Real quick.
Huh?
Real quick.
What?
Each one of us has
Behind your belly? Okay, all right.
each one of us has a book in us.
True.
Each one of us has a book in us.
True.
Each one of us has a book in us.
And you know you're talking on top of my song, right?
I'm sorry.
Let it go now.
Let
it go. Let it go. There's my song.
I'm just a stranger in a crowded place.
Each one of us has a book in us, he says. Write your story.
Hoping to find someone with a familiar face so we could fit and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone. This is the time
I want you to jam on somebody now, hold on somebody now.
Keep them company.
Hey, I want you to jam on somebody now.
Hold on somebody now. Make them your family.
Hey, mash up the place.
Let me walk up, we walk up, we walk up, we wait. Together, let me mash up the place.
Can we finish at 2?
Let me walk up, we walk up, we walk up, we wait. Drunk or sober, I out from a culture. Set to panorama again. On the road with you, man. Jumping up to the soca. Must find a partner to play match with me. This is not the time to be alone. This is the time to wind on a bumper. So let's be amazing. Keep the fire blazing. Put no care in the world, let me get on bad in here. I want you to jam on somebody now. Hold on somebody now. Keep them company. I want you to jam on somebody now. Hold on somebody now. Make them your family. Take them party rum, ice, ice. The place slow and right. Watch how the party turn up tonight. Because we out and bad in the people better we causing trouble. Trouble. Just watch how we causing trouble. Trouble. Everybody buying buzzing. Well, after we causing trouble. Somebody come and move the mash up. You see that just in there? You see that
But
curtain
you there,
there? We don't need your fancy stage, brother. Once a Trinity reaching your vet is niceness. Boy. Hands in the
I love when the kids sing this.
once we reaching your vet is niceness.
You should hear them in the car when they sing.
Boy, they can't deny we bring the vibes. And I don't mean to be bossy, but they can't party like we. Once from months, so goddamn.
So we getting ready to get out of here. We want you to enjoy the rest of your weekend. This is the People's Chat Room. We are live on iTunes Radio. You can hear the show again later on Soca Passion from 6 to 8. And of course tomorrow on Island Beat Radio from 12:30 to 2:30. I want to thank Kevin for coming in and hanging with us. Of course DJ Kevorkin. And the show again is produced by Code Red. And we will be back in 2 weeks. Because I'm heading up to Virginia next weekend.
Taking a break.
Yeah, taking a break.
Gotta take a break.
And when we come back, our guest will be none other than Mr. Sherwin Winchester. And I'm really looking forward to that because Sherwin is is part of our musical fabric of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean the Caribbean by extension. So we're looking forward to that one. And then of course we're gonna have.
Is he gonna be here?
He's not gonna be in the studio, but he's gonna be. I mean, the show is his as far as I'm concerned. In 2 weeks, right? Yeah. So again, we want to thank our guest, Dr. ELLEEN Ellis. Please go out and purchase her book. You can purchase it on Amazon. And of course, Leo Carmichael bringing up the rear. So you guys have a blessed weekend. We are out of here. Be safe and just God bless. Yeah.
Yeah, they calling me Mr. Happy Papi, Mr. Happy Papi, 'cause I ever happy. Yeah, stress for her, no, vex for her, no, depress for her, no, nothing can get to me. Fret for her, no, regret for her, no, upset for her, no, nothing can get to me.
the pumping starts.